Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So we've been decoding Pinball Wizard. We got the extraction letters to go in all the categories. We've broken these down into numbers using a numerology chart you can find online, and ended up with playing changed to plays, and he fell off twice. If you cross off the like letters of PLAY, you're left with INGS. You bring INGS down. He fell off twice. You got he, and we brought that down twice. Then we used a chart to convert that to 9, 5, 7, 1, 8, 5, 8, 5. That's done off of a numerology chart. I don't know if I do have it because we use that to get those. You can pause that. And we're down to the point where we're running this against what we circled now. Who are quantum computer suspects, our quantum network suspects, and what we ended up circling. Well, besides health space, I did not include them because as the search went on, we found that they're just a software company. So they weren't as interesting as I thought, and we did not include them in this search. But ING Group, who I had bullseyed, you have Global Neurosciences Institute, all right. You have EHS Medical Group. You have ING Medical Group, which is different than the ING Group because that's a bank, and this is basically a medical facility or a medical clinic. And you have Cravat Foundation, which studied EHE. It's that vascular cancer. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it again, or I'll be here all day trying to do that. So those were what we ran the number against those five uh, organizations. So you have 9571 against ING Group. You get nothing. You do end up getting a code of federal regulations, which was the most interesting thing to me. Kind of limited stuff there. 9571 against Global Neurosciences Institute, you get nothing and nothing. In other words, you have like four results. They cross the number off. They're all Global Neurosciences Institute, and then nothing comes up after that. Whereas we got a code of federal regulations after ING Group, you got nothing. All right. So now we've circled Global Neurosciences Institute out of this group because it stands out as different already. So then you have EHS Medical Group, and you end up bringing that back to them by a phone number. All right, I'll provide the links. You can look at the searches. Then you bring ING, or you bring 9571 against ING Medical, and you get nothing. But you do get medical research from the American Journal of Psychiatry. All right. That's after ING Medical and the numbers are crossed off and all that business. What you get in the search is that. And so I'm kind of writing down what's there. Even though it's not our numbers and our search, I'm telling you what is there. You can go look for yourselves. Then the Cravat Foundation for the vascular cancer people group, nothing came back to them, but you did get an FCT codes from HUD. All right. And you got a few various things there, but the most interesting thing to me would have been a federal code, obviously, right? And that gets you through 9571 through all of them. And so far, we've eliminated EHS Medical Group, but we had a number come back to them already, right? So now we're at 8585, and you got ING Group, and you do have that comes back to ING Group annual report. So now we can check the one I had bullseyed, ING Group, right off of there, because now we have a number came back to them. Global Neurosciences Institute, you get nothing, but you do get Brain Research Institute and a couple various other things, but the most interesting one to me was the Brain Research Institute. All right. We've already eliminated EHS Medical Group, although 8585 did bring a phone number back to them and a safety data sheet that had nothing to do with them, but a phone number came back to EHS Group. That's 2 hits, actually, but I've stopped running them after they got a hit, see, now, because as soon as they hit, they can be checked off the list. So, now ING Medical, you get nothing back to ING Medical with 8585. But you do get a medical coding hit. All right, it's a thing that's for medical coding. You do get that to come up in the search after that. Then Kravitz Foundation, you get nothing, and you have, but you do get after you get past the number and Kravitz Foundation, you end up getting Irish Cancer Society, which is interesting because Kravitz studies a certain type of vascular cancer, EAG. All right. So that's interesting. And then you're down to 5858, and we're down to 3 potential quantum network users, right? Numbers have not come back to Global Neurosciences Institute or ING Medical or Kravitz Foundation. Now think about those 3. You're dealing with basically I'm not going to say that they're dealing with the same thing, but you got a medical clinic and a cancer foundation and a neurosciences institute. In a way, they're all connected, right? I mean, look at their field. So now we're down to 5858. And against Global Neurosciences Institute, you get nothing, but you do get an article on schizophrenia, which I'm starting to think is more of a weapons test than an actual medical condition. But what do I know? We're going to have a video on this coming out, guys, sometime. But yeah, you do end up with schizophrenia, which is interesting because that falls into neurosciences. So, but nothing back to Global Neurosciences Institute. 5858 against ING Medical, you get nothing, and you do get Archives of Pathology and a couple of various other things. But I'm trying to get through this quickly. I'll provide the searches. And then 5858 Kravitz Foundation, you get nothing. But you do get, after you get past that, you get Chile's tariff schedule. We've had finance stuff in there, right? That gets you through 5858 because we're down to 3 potential quantum network users. So now we're down to 1759. And we're running it against Global Neurosciences Institute, and you get nothing. But you do get Swedish Neurosciences Institute. So you get another Neurosciences Institute, but not Global Neurosciences Institute. Then 1759 against ING Medical, you get nothing, but you do get an article or something from the American Journal of Public Health, which is interesting because ING Medical, right? That's after you get past ING Medical in the number. So the number didn't come back to them. You get nothing there. And against the Kravitz Foundation, 1759, you get nothing, but you do get, wait for it, can I get a drum roll? I wish I could. I mean, not really, but Freemasons Quarterly Magazine and Review is what comes up when you get past those numbers. My fiance went, ugh. But, excuse me one second. Excuse me for that. Of course, now it's just going to beep at me, so I'm just going to have to hand it off. But anyway, you get Freemasons Quarterly Review. That's after the Kravitz Foundation. You get nothing back to them but Freemasons Quarterly Magazine and Review. So you get something back to the Freemasons off of that. But you still have three three of these institutions that the numbers did not come back to in any search. And we still managed to list who I think is probably your potential quantum network user for this particular change, because they were different, right? Global Neurosciences Institute, guys. That's right. It wasn't who I thought it was going to be. I wasn't even looking at these guys. But on that first search, when nothing came back to them and you got nothing afterwards, nothing related after that, and no other options, that to me stands out in the crowd as something that's unique to that particular place. And I think these three are connected, guys. ING Medical, Kravat Foundation, and Global Neurosciences Institute. I think they're all three connected. They're definitely connected through this search. And they're connected in the fact that those numbers wouldn't go back to them either. And we found them in the search. And so potentially we have quantum computer user number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, number 8, guys. All right. So Global Neurosciences Institute came out of the WHO Pinball Wizard. You got Zhu Yi, computer engineering and professor of physics at University of Virginia out of Soft and Dry. You got Claremont Graduate University out of the Big Lebowski. They got that research center, remember? We got MAWI DNA Technologies, LLC, out of Sherwin Williams, or Sherwin, I guess. We got Desert Research Institute out of Star Wars, Coleman Shemy, out of Dire Straits Sultans of Swing. Willa Thorson, Department of Human Genetics at Miami University, out of Metallica Fade to Black, and Calvin Perry Stone, out of Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven for 8. And they fit the pattern, guys, and they're definitely places, facilities, and people that may have access to the quantum network in this, or a parallel reality calculating this one. You got to remember that too. So that's it. That's your eighth quantum network user, Global Neurosciences Institute. And so now that we've done that, we'll run our binary code through the categories, and we will run regular binary code through the categories, and then we will move on to try to decode those Bible changes. Now, I'm thinking on those, we're going to want to get, the lion shall lay down, the lion shall dwell, so, or the wolf shall dwell, excuse me. So, lion changed over to wolf, and lay down changed to dwell. I know you got wineskins changed to bottles. I don't know what order they're in. That's another problem. If anyone knows the order, it's been a long time since I've read the Bible, guys. It's been over 20 years since I've read it, and I did read it, but it's been so long, and it's such a big book. Ooh, and I don't remember what used. I know that they say couches in there now, which it shouldn't have been. Did they use the word sofa? I mean, there's a few things we could add, and I wouldn't be sure what order. If we could order them and figure out what changed to couch, probably sofa changed to couch, maybe. I think they did have sofa. I think sofa dates back to 2000 BC. Yeah, and wineskins for bottles. That's obvious. And then if we even stuck to those and figured out what order they were in, then we could get some extractions and go to town on those. But that'll be after we get through Pinball Wizard. We'll still do our binary here. But if anybody watches this if anybody's watching this that remembers what order those go in, you could leave a comment. But that's going to be it, guys. I'm running it long. Thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions, and participation and ideas. Because that's a really good idea. We can't calculate a percent on the Bible changes because we ain't doing that. I'm not. We ain't counting all those words. It ain't happening. It's a huge book. Um, but we can collect some of the changes, and we can find out what we can or can't find out from them. So, I mean, it could be interesting. Never thought about it. I'm glad somebody thought of it. So, that's going to be it, guys. So thanks, Megan, for thinking of it, actually. Um, because I certainly, that wasn't something I had planned to do. Could be interesting. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.